Okay, this is the first of 3 units we'll be looking at here in Canyon Creek Apartments off of Blanco. This is 17124 Rock Falls. They've had various other contractors out here use a combination of Maxi Plank and Hardy Plank, and it's just it's kind of all over the place. But basically what we will be looking at is using Hardy Plank exclusively, like this, which is the Colonial Rough Sawn. You can see here, this is the true Hardy Plank material. This that was done on this first floor over here is the Maxi Plank material. Totally different things altogether. See the difference in the grain texture? It's not even close. So we would be using the Hardy Plank exclusively. A big thing, there's quite a few things, but a big thing as part of our installation, see what we see here is that this siding was run under the 1x4, creating these large gaps. Now luckily the gaps are filled in, but on some of the others Larry and I looked at, these gaps were not filled in. So you have these humongous voids here where bugs, water, anything can get into these cracks. Plus, even if it is caulked, it just doesn't look clean and look like it's supposed to look. So we would put your trim on first. These boards would then butt up to it, not go under it, and you'd have a nice flush seam here that can be caulked and sealed, and it looks amazing. So that's what we'll be using, the 8-inch Colonial Rough Sawn, which again, and Mike and I spoke about this, would look different than all of this siding up to about the 8-foot line that is Maxi Plank. Totally different thing altogether. So we would be using the Hardy Plank Colonial Rough Sawn. Now on this, we'd be doing a full tear off. On this one, basically, again, from right about this point here, right about there is all the old cedar siding. So above that point, just on the gable, really this is more of a rake wall, but just on this rake is our scope of work on 17124. Not doing anything on the front. Here, nothing there, just on this rake right here up until about the 8-foot mark right here. Nothing on the front porch either. So that's the first of the 3 properties we'll look at. Okay, so this is our second of the 3 properties. This is 1411 St. Andrews. Again, like we've looked at in the last video, this facing right here has all been done already, and all of that is Maxi Plank. It is not Hardy Plank. So again, what we're putting up is going to be Hardy Plank, guaranteed. There will be no generics or knockoffs used. It'll be strictly the Hardy Plank Colonial Rough Sawn board. Now, what we see here, from this 8-foot mark all the way up along this rake wall, was the Hardy Plank Colonial Rough Sawn. So basically, and they installed flashing, like an L channel flashing under there. This is what our scope of work would be from this 8-foot line here down, all in this little niche back here, around the bay window, around here, right back to the brick. And then, so we would wrap all these windows, wrapping them the way we looked at in the last video, or at the first unit, with the butt to application, where we put the trim on first, and then run the siding boards up to that. So all 3 of these windows, the patio, the French doors, would be wrapped that way. And then basically these doors that we're looking at straight ahead right here have already been faced with the 1x4 Hardy. So we wouldn't need to do anything there. But then this rake wall that extends all the way up to the peak, and then you have a gable vent, a half circle gable vent up top there that would be wrapped and flashed, just like any window and door penetrations. So that's what that would look like there. And then coming around to here, again, Colonial Rough Sawn, the 8-inch board, full tear off, Tyvek, seam tape flashing, all of the underlayments and weather barriers. Now this is I know when Larry and I were walking around, we noticed several things that I guess were done kind of subpar. This is another major concern right here, if you can see that. See this big old gap right here? So I don't know what the heck was going on, but all the boards should be about 1 to 2 inches above the tile roof, not 9 inches like it is on these first 3 boards that we see right here. So again, that's just major concern just for the quality workmanship that was done on some of this work. But it's neither here nor there. So on here, what we'd be looking at, again, this is just an extension of that gable we looked at. So there's a small little area in here, and we're looking at only this facing wall, not this side right here or this side right here, just the one wall looking straight at us. That gable would be part of the scope of work on 1411 St. Andrew. And it extends back up in there, you can see a little bit. So that's the second property, and we'll move on to the third one now. Okay, so we're at our third address in Canyon Creek. This is 1101 Golden Pond. It's a great movie back in the, 80s? I don't know. Good movie though. So what we have here, this is the kind of the most involved scope. So basically we got the full gable in the back that we'll be doing the entire gable back. Inside this little channel in here, basically we have both of these sidewalls on here and here. We have all of this area, including wrapping the front door and this window, all of this area under the front porch. We have this big facing side, including wrapping the gable vent, wrapping this half circle, and wrapping these two big single hungs. And then we have the back side here of this little guy. And then here, that's why I wanted to do a video, just so we have a very clear-cut, specific scope of work. So we have this big rake wall here. Coming down all this area, we would reface this and the French doors and this gliding door right here. And then the wall where the sun is, this corner facing me directly, is our stopping point. So everything from here this way. We're not going beyond this 90-degree corner right where the sun's at and going to the extending of the back of the house. So that's our scope of work on 1101. So that's what we're looking at. Again, we got 3 units initially. Full tear off, OSB backing, 7/16 inch, seam tape, Tyvek, Tyvek up first, and then we do the seam tape and all the exposed seams. Flashing on all penetrations, so gable vents, windows, doors, any area where that is in siding, we would do a head flashing to prevent any kind of water infiltration into the wall cavity. And then we will put up a Colonial rough sawn using only 1x4 Hardy trim. So we will not use any generic knockoff trim boards. We will use nothing but the 1x4 genuine Hardy board. So that's pretty much our scope of work. Larry, Mike, Laura, we thank you guys for the opportunity to come out here and serve you folks. And if there's any questions at all, I hope this video helps clear that up. But if there is any questions at all, please contact me. Ryan Houchin, you can email me at Ryan, R-Y-A-N-H, at southwestexteriors.com, or you can call me on my cell phone, 210-204-2353. Thanks again. We look forward to the opportunity to work for you folks, and we appreciate you very much.